Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the old family farm here on FS19 with Delores Flofflebotham. It's another beautiful morning here on the old family farm.
Welcome, partner. Your grandpa let you this farm. It needs a lot of work to get it in shape. Do you have what it takes to...
There are a few little changes that we need to just talk about quickly before we get into actually doing the main work of the video. Most being, there's a few mods I have now got added and installed that were previously in the Let's Play series. If I press Shift and Z on my keyboard, I bring up a new menu now, which shows me basically the estimated time to growth stages, so I can see roughly in game when crops are going to move to the next growth stage, which kind of helps you to decide when you're going to plant and stuff, seed fields and stuff. And also, very popular, it shows you the weeds, what happens with weeds in this game. So we've got 1.95 hours before weeds will appear, apparently. You can configure those growth stages via the mod itself, via a setting in the which gets applied to every single, which gets applied independently to every game save. So the settings for the mod on this save can be very different to basically a game save on a different map entirely. Basically, it allows you to have a bit of a play around and either delay crop growth stages. You can make them longer, you can make them shorter for certain crops. Basically, you can make it so that crops all grow at different rates, which would be kind of useful. Or you can make it so that crops, like I say, take longer to grow than the default game's choices of slow, normal, fast, etc. allow. But the big reason I downloaded and added it was to try and get that little bit of control on weeds and make it so that weeds don't grow all the blooming time. So effectively, what I think I've got it set up at the minute, it takes nearly over 12 hours. Because it was at 6. Weeds used to grow. Weeds growth stages used to be set at about 6 hours, which is obviously pretty reckless. Now I've still got weeds on this first bit of the field. I know that I haven't managed to get back to the herbicide yet. Do that and change that, but I will do that once we've used the fertilizer up on these particular fields. Hopefully it will let me do that and get second stage fertilization on these fields. If it doesn't, then we will stop this experiment. Right, let's check the map. We have got 2 stages fertilization. Yes. So it works, kids. It works. We've got 2 stages of fert, which will be good then. So then we will get probably maximum yield off these next crops then when we harvest them, or Delores will, because she's ploughed, obviously. We've done the whole lime spreading thing, so we've got that sorted out as well. We're on top of weeds, so you know that's pretty good thing as well. Stay on top of those. Like I say, she's just purely doing this quick. So we've got that, the growth control moddy thing. There's another mod I've got installed, which if I go out one on my keyboard, I can completely disable the HUD. Oh, that's going to be good for screenshots. No more getting all the UI elements in there. We've also got the flatbed trailery thing, the auto unload trailer that does pallets. I think I mentioned that in the last video. I may have briefly mentioned that is out. Not on your usual maybe farming sites that you're familiar with, mod sites. It's on the Nexus mods, which is really nice because I love Nexus mods for obviously modding games like Fallout, Skyrim, etc, etc. So the fact that some farming sim modders are now showing a bit of love for Nexus mods and uploading mods there, that's very nice because that site's very, very easy to use. A lot better than some of the other websites out there. Just try to get you to download a bunch of adware and malware and stuff behind their mods to get to the mod links to download the actual mod files. So what we'll do, we'll quickly, as I say, get these fields sprayed, and I will probably bring you back once we've done that. Okay, so we've finished fertilising all 5 fields now, and I've even gone back and done the little bit of weeding. There we go. Trying to remember what the button keys were for that. So weeds are done. We're at, you know, massive fertilisation. Crops, I don't know how good you can see that, but wheat, canola, barley and soybean should all advance growth stage in about 3 hours. And we are currently planting canola, 2 lots of oats and 2 lots of soybeans. But there we go, Delores has got the fields done. Let's have a quick look. Left shift 0. That brings up that. Right, we probably want that set to probably 5 times during the day, I'm thinking. To increase the time scale a bit. 3's a little bit too slow. 5's probably the sweet spot. Like I say, we've got some pretty cool things, and like I say, if we go into the store now, baling technology is under here. I think it's that one. That's the new trailer that does pallets and bales, auto loads. So I'll be giving that a whirl at some point. I think that's about it at the minute. There's not really a lot. I think there's a couple of new like cultivator things that got released today. Disc harrows maybe. Harrows maybe? No. Subsoilers. I probably haven't added them, I would think, to this game save at this moment. There was some new bits and bobs added. A few new telehandlers and stuff. That looks like a Stevie version to me of that, but he hasn't put the Stevie amendment on it, which he seemed to forget to do on a lot of his last couple of mod releases, I'll be quite honest. Like there, he has done by Stevie, but on a couple of his recent his mod pack 3 mods, he forgot to add that thing, which makes identifying vehicles very difficult. I don't think we're going to need any of the large tractors on this map, it's just too small. that's not particularly large. I don't know why that's classed as a large tractor, but hey ho. Plenty of John Deeres to go out. They would be great on a big map. But what are we looking for? We're probably going to be getting into pallets, so we're probably eggs and stuff and things. So we could probably do with these sort of things, couldn't we? Be pretty groovy. Egg pallet with 9,600 litres of eggs. Thing is, on this map, we're probably not going to need the auto loader. What have we got vehicle-wise? I can't remember. What have we got which has either got a front loader attachment or not? Because we're probably going to want to be getting into, if we're doing, we want to start doing straw, collecting some straw soon. Who's not got a front loader? You don't have a front loader. You don't have a front loader. And you don't have a front loader because I went for the weights instead. Okay. So at this point in time, we don't actually have anything that can do pick up and move pallets or bales. So that probably means somewhere along the way we may look at getting one of these little jobbies. That would be more than enough to do what we need, wouldn't they? Really? We won't need anything too flashy. JCB would be good enough. Skid steer loader attachments, bucket, pallet, forks, bale spears, stump grinders. We got a lot. We got bale spear, brush and log manure fork, pallet fork for the JCB, universal shovel for the JCB, stump grinder. They could all be very useful then to me. Very useful. 12,000 litres is not bad either on a bucket. Ooh, got some new front loadery things. Change the attachments, nice. Picking up lots of bales. But yeah, definitely something that we'll have to look at getting into at some point. Obviously, we can't really afford to at the minute because we've only got £9,000 left in the bank. We have spent a lot of money lately. We need to get onto the harvesting situation. Well, let's have a look at what have we got in storage? We've got about 23,000 litres of wheat. Oh, we've got 29,000 litres of corn. Not bad value. What about contract work? Contract work, maybe. Doesn't pay a lot though, does it? Field 8, 10 and 11. So field 8 is over here. 10 and 11 are directly below us. You know what? I'm feeling in a generous mood today, so Except that field 10's now gone, unfortunately. Right, we'll go do some more fertilising spreading then. We'll do field 8 and 11. I must go and fill up the fertiliser. Because I did empty it. Don't know if we've got enough left or whether I'm going to have to buy some more. If I have to buy some more, it's probably not going to make these contracts very cost effective. Yeah, 100 litres ain't going to cut it, is it? Right, let's go to field 8 then. We might as well, if we've got the equipment and the tools, we might as well go and help out the other farmers when we've got a bit of a down moment. Which is certainly what we appear to have now, with the crop growth as it is. So we want to fertilise this field then. And we want to move on to field 10. Field 11 after this one. There we go. Unfolded. Good. That little needle, wait, just scrolls down. It's great. And the downside is you can't really see how much of an overlap you're getting from the inside of the cab. You do have to kind of pan out. Yep. Let's keep on. Won't take as long to do this field at all. Delores, look at her, look. Happily fertilising away. Could be a good thing, you know, by doing a bit of work for some of these other farmers. You never know. They might choose to reciprocate at some point and assist us. That could be a way of getting some kind of like worker situation without necessarily using workers. I was thinking of maybe utilising courseplay. Do some of the stuff once we get a lot of, you know, fields and we're really established on here. Alright, so that one's done. Hold that up because we're going to have turning issues out because we're on a slope there. Right, field 11. Yes. First one after we've gone past the store here. Little area here, look, little place you could store some stuff. Narrow bridge. It's probably how you're supposed to go into the store area. I'm just going to cut through. This must be field 11 then. Fold. Quick whiz up and down. That'll make us a little bit of money, won't it? Spraying done for the other farmers. We're not going to make, like I say, with the money for these contracts is so small because it's. I think the payout is determined by field size. I think that's how it's kind of scripted in the game engine. That's why on maps where you have big fields, you notice the contract prices are a lot better than on the smaller maps. One of the reasons why, if you're doing a Let's Play, you probably don't want to buy the biggest field on the map. As much as people think, oh, that's great because I get to plant lots of crops. By not buying the biggest field on the map, you can actually, like, you know, keep a good stream of income coming in. Because you've always going to have that contract, farmer offering contracts on that field, which are obviously going to pay out quite significantly. Beesh. This contract is nearly complete. Very cool, very cool. I could probably spend this day then doing contract work, really. There's no harm in it. Because we don't really have anything to do at this point, because we're now in a position where we are waiting for crops to grow. All our contracts just done. Collect. Field 4 wants sowing with sunflowers, which I can't do. Field 12 we could do. Field 14 we could do. Where are they on the map? Field 12. Field 4, did it say? It's the one with sunflowers. Field 14. So these are way out here. 14 and 12. 12's a big field. You know what? We'll accept that one. And we'll accept that one. We'll go grab the cedar. But what we'll do as well, this is something I've been doing with this. Because obviously we're using herbicide and fertiliser in this sprayer. Always leave the sprayer empty. If you can, is my general rule. That way, if we need to weed or anything, we can just come, fill it, grab the pallet of fertiliser or herbicide, and we are good to go. Right, we'll put this back in the shed. We'll grab, I think, the John Deere for the sowing. Shame we don't have a bigger sower. Seeder, planter. But, you know, all that will come in time. Delores can't afford it at the minute. We had to buy the Valtra and we had to buy the sprayer and that, so that's cost us a bit. Yeah, John Deere, right, we'll get in you. What is it we want? Contracts? I can't remember now. Wheat and oats, so it is the crops, grass crops. Probably a bit overkill, actually, as far as tractors go. We will need to fill it. Who wanted wheat? Field 14. Right, we'll do field 14 first, as that's pretty close. We will get some seed. I think I need to head out this way as well. Around the back. Out the back. It's gonna be... getting used to... that's... whoa, field 1. Really? How do I get to field 12 then? I go down past the animal dealers and stuff. Wow, I've not been to this section of the map before, so people will have to forgive me. If I'm making a very big hash of this, because as I say, we've not travelled to the extents of this edge of the map. Field are you then? Right, you're field 14, so you want the wheat. Sorry if I keep going into the menu, but I'm just not remembering stuff very well today. I want to do this right, obviously. Now what we could do is... let's set up a courseplay course to do this, couldn't we? We've not really experimented with courseplay yet. So let's try that. So we're going to do fertilising and seeding. It's field 14. Working with, we'll probably knock that down a touch. Starting location. Starting location, south east. Starting direction is going to be west. We need to generate that course. Bloop. Helps if we can see the course. Up and down, ziggy zaggy zaggy. Okay. Start course at first waypoint. Drive course. Turn on field. We probably don't need that. And now Delores can pretty much automatically seed this field for me using the courseplay. So courseplay can be quite useful. to do jobs like this. I haven't yet got it to grips with some of the more complicated aspects of it, because they're not quite working quite right in the beta version of Courseplay at the minute. Things like offloading combines to trailers and having the trailers automatically take stuff and put it in a he's kind of broken. There he goes. We'll leave him to turn on field then, because obviously them trees are going to get in the way a bit. But yeah, we can just let the Courseplay worker cruise up and down for us and seed the fields. And he's not going to miss bits, which is great. This field's a little bit hilly and lumpy, isn't it? Field 14. We're going to get $990 for doing this field, and we'll get $2,500 for doing this one. Okay. Again, we've not got to worry about any weeds or stuff because we know things are going good. So what I'm going to do is I am going to call you guys back once we finish seeding this field. So I'll see you guys in a couple of moments. Well, we have finished seeding field 14. That's the contract done there. We now need to go up to field 12 and do the job on there, which I believe was it to sow oats? Sow with oats. Now, part of me is a bit obviously conflicted by this, because I've got 2 fields of oats currently planted. Is this fella trying to destroy the crop price? Because if he is, I'm not going to be very happy. I think we should be okay to do a Courseplay on this as well. I'll just double check. Make sure we're far enough back. Right, field and seeding. So this is field 12. And we are starting in the southwest corner. We're going north. Do that. Start course at the first waypoint. Drive course. Turn on field is deactivated for this occasion because we should be able to we should have plenty enough room that we can turn around at the tops and bottoms of these fields. That is my thinking anyway on this matter. We should have enough room that we can get the top and bottoms without hitting the trees. Field 14 had its some areas, some issues where the Courseplay gets stuck on the trees and starts to slide. Ooh, right, we finished seeding on field 12, I think it is. Field 12, yes. Which means our contract work is done. £2,000, 990 quid. They want a bit of fertilising on field 11. Is really? This one, I've already done that one. Right, what I need to do now is figure out how we get back home. Because this map isn't very intuitive when you get into the wide. Maybe I can go this way. Maybe this way lets me get home. Look. We've got plenty of forest tree chopping opportunities. Right, there's a field up here, or an area up here, which I'm guessing people could use to build their own farm in start from scratch mode or something. Okay, so there is a way out. Okay, so this brings me back to the top portion of my own farm. Right, I can see I definitely need to put a pathway through here at some point then, to make that a bit more obvious to me that there is a road back there. I'm not going to refill this just now, for the simple reason that once we've harvested, we may look at investing in a slightly bigger seeder. I know I could empty it technically and put the seed into pallets, but kind of don't want to do that. Right, so we've kind of filled out most of the day. It's now 2 o'clock in the afternoon for poor old Delores. She did start a bit early today at 6, or just after 6, doing the fertilising. And obviously then we got on to the weeding, and we finished off that little bit of weeding that we needed to do. And hopefully I can get out now because I've remembered to park better. Okay, crop wise everything's looking pretty decent. Got a bit of out time before everything grows again. Nine hours or so before weeds could potentially appear. I may even tweak that setting in that growth control mod a bit more to make that just stand out a little bit more. Again, I don't want weeds every single day. That's at 100% my canola. So yeah, we're doing all right. Delores is doing okay. Looking forward to the next round of harvesting then. So contract wise, we've done a couple of jobs today. We've done 4, which is more than I planned to do in the series, but maybe it does give me an option to do some work on days like today where we are able to chill out a bit because our own work is done and we're just now waiting for stuff to grow and appear. So actually this episode is going to be quite short. This is going to be a quick little episode today because we don't have much to do. And I'm betting people are thankful of that because they did get a little bit long in the last couple of episodes, and I am sorry about that. Again, I am trying to sort of be aware and conscious of how long I record for, but sometimes it can be difficult to cut something off, find a good place to cut something and bring an episode to an end where it kind of makes sense to do so. So yeah, we're going to wait for the next harvest then. Basically, that's the next step. So you guys will see, will be called back on the day that requires us to do some harvesting and obviously getting stuff sold. And then we'll see what equipment we've got. If I have the option to do some more contracts in the meantime, I will probably look at doing that. But again, we don't really want to get too into the contract system. The good thing about this map is contracts won't take very long at all, as you've just seen. I've been able to fertilise a couple of fields very quickly, seed a couple of fields. The seeding took longer, definitely, but that's because obviously we're a bit restricted at the minute on the tool front. But once we get some bigger seeders, and again, I don't know really what direction to go in that way. Stara is 3.6, that kind of possibly is sensible. The Kun is 4 meters, but we would need the front bit as well, so that makes that 25 grand, which is a bit expensive. You've got the Vaderstat, which is 6 meters, but now the price now starts to get very expensive. I mean, that's basically the same as what we've already got. So we're probably going to struggle. 4.5 meters on one of those for a planter. I mean, that's 6 meters, but it does require the expansion tank, front expansion tank. That's maybe not a bad thing. That doesn't look too bad actually as well. Nice and compact little thing. That's 6 meters. Again, looks pretty compact. Again, you've got a front tank, which we're not really going to need front tanks. Everything starts getting big. I mean, that's not bad. 5.4 meters is probably not bad. I like the look of that as a planter. And I think we've been over this, but I could see me definitely using that. The downside to that is we do need a 1500 kilo weight on the front of whatever tractor we're using to counterbalance it. But cedars, we kind of struggle. Because they start getting a bit ridiculous in size and cost. I mean, 6 meters there, 76,000, which is a bit too expensive. We haven't really got anything smaller. I mean, there's the Kun. Like I say, we're only gaining a metre on that, 4 metres. That we only gain 60 centimetres with that one, over what we're currently already using. So yeah, there seems to be a bit of a gap in the cedar market for any mod makers out there. There is a bit of a gap in the smallish cedar front or medium-sized cedar front at good realistic pricing. And what we don't want is too many cedars like this with great big flipping trailers on. Again, when you work in fields and plots of land like we're working on, you don't want massive trailers because it's going to be an issue. I want something ideally that just a bit like that, just hooks straight on the back of the tractor, but I would like a 6 metre version of that, you know, or 6 metre version of that would be, you know, perfectly functional. But anyway, that is it for today. It's a very short video. Delores is going to take an early afternoon break. A couple more fertilising jobs just popped up. Not bad. 2.5 grand. Field 13 sowing. Oh, we've just been there. No, I think we're going to give it a miss. Oh, whoa, our Amazon seeder needs repair. Look, it's down to 12%. Probably a good thing we binned everything off when we did then. Right, we've made 4 grand profit today. So anyway, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope you're enjoying the series so far with Delores Flofflebotham here on the old family farm, this lovely small little map. And I hope you're going to click that like button, because that will be a massive help to me and Delores. Any questions, comments, suggestions, feedback, any tips or tricks you've got for farming small fields, maps, etc., please feel free to share your knowledge with me. And of course, if you're not already doing so, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Again, that's not only a great help to me, but it is a great help to you, because then you get notified of all the future videos that come out, which will include things like getting these animal pens into use fairly soon. Like I say, once we've got a pallet for the chickens that we can put down somewhere on the front, save me having to deal with all them stupid little boxes. We can put the pallet there. They only eat wheat and barley and stuff, so they're not going to be terribly difficult to manage. Cleanliness, not too difficult to fix either, so we could get chickens to start with. Give us an income opportunity. Like I say, we do need to get into the cows, but they're going to be very difficult to maintain. But anyway, that's it for me. I'll see you all again very soon with another video. Goodbye for now.